Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so this is going to be a bonus general message. We'll just see what comes out of it. So this morning, as we were on our walk, my dog, it was so funny. We were coming up a mountain, and so huffing and puffing. And when we got to the crest of it, there was a couple of young men that were like really running. You know, they were hardcore running. And I thought that my dog was going to, like want to run along with him or something. And I was like, oh, in a second, he'll be pulling at his leash. And instead, he looked at them and like looked back at me and looked at them like, you're not going to make me run like that right now, are you? I was like, how can you be tired? We just got to the top of the mountain, but still, you're 10 months old. But I just thought it was such a funny little observation. He was like checking with me, like, are we going to have to do that? And I was like, no, I'm not running. But I just thought it was funny to see. I don't know what the check was, but somebody's checking something. That's how I'm going to start this reading. Somebody's checking, like, am I supposed to do what everybody else is doing? Well, no, because we all live our lives our way, right? That's kind of the way I would take that. But let's see what the cards have to say. Let's see what our story is. Okay, so we got the sun breaking out through the clouds here. This means we've had obstacles for sure. Absolutely. We've had dark days, but those dark days are coming to an end. Something is starting to look up. Something's starting to look better. The sun is coming back, perhaps. Let's see. We've got the fox. Now, the fox is right here next to the sun. Is somebody like, did I get away with that? Could I have gotten out from under this? Is this too much to hope for? Did I really get out of this mess without any more repercussions? The fox doesn't have to be sly, but it could be. Let's see. Let's get another card. Well, that's interesting. We've got this is like an apology. This is a bouquet of flowers. This is something, I don't know. This could be somebody who finally finished up something in their life. And I don't get a bad vibe from the fox. I feel more like did this finally come to a close? Is this really finally going to be over? Am I going to be left alone now? I feel like somebody is quietly going away from a difficult set of circumstances. And it's like, okay, is it really over? Is it really over? Because God, I'm ready to turn my attention to other things now. Hold on. Let's get one more from this deck after the bouquet there. Let's see. Because I'm not sure. The fox is the one that went through the difficulty. Okay. That's all I can see here is that somebody went through something tough. And then we've got the birch. I always call this the whip crack of clarity. This is something where if the fox is wondering, did they get out from underneath something and now it's all going to be better? It kind of looks like they still have to face something else next. Hold on. We got to get one more on this now, and then we'll start to clarify. What is this about? I mean, this could be a story where somebody was being whip crack of clarity, but this could be more like the coming to Jesus moment where it's like, okay, what is my North Star telling me? Finally, I'm going to listen to what my heart says. What does my heart say? This could be somebody about to literally take a trip. It's like, wait a second, is it enough to send roses or tulips? Is it enough to try to say sorry, or do I need to show up? That's what this is looking like. Okay, we got a story. Folks. Let's see where this story takes us. I feel like this deck. Okay. So first off, let's just talk about the obstacles that the fox faced. I'm going to look at those two cards together. So the clouds and the fox. What is it that the fox has been through lately? What is this all about? They have been through Two of Swords, being stuck in limbo land, Emperor in the upright, Eight of Swords in the reverse. They've been through something where they had to really stand up and get themselves free of something, but they did have a question mark about, is this right is it okay if I do this? Why was there a question mark when an emperor knows? An emperor makes their own decisions, right? We got the 10 of Wands. Oh, because somebody felt guilty about what they were leaving. They felt guilty about letting themselves out of something. That's how I look at this for sure with this 10 of Wands in the reverse. Can I lay down burdens? If I leave something behind, is it going to be something that I think about and I feel like that was a black mark on myself for making that choice for myself? Should I not make that choice for me? Is it okay if I set myself free? So the fox, but why are they showing up as a fox? Why are they showing up as a fox? Because that is just a little bit troublesome. I mean, they're also showing up as an emperor here. Somebody who thought long and hard. If I choose to free myself, will I be regretful of this? Will I feel bad about it later? Or can I really let go of all of my sense of obligation? Have I fulfilled my obligation as much as I could, and now I deserve to go a different direction? I think somebody asks themselves that a lot. But the fox is here, 2 of Wands. So again, because there was am I being honest? We got the moon in the reverse, but then we got the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, so it might have been a situation that somebody knew for a long time that they were going to be leaving for a long time. And that's why it feels like a fox, because somebody knew right in the beginning, I already knew that my future is not here. I knew that I was going to face this moment where I would be at that crossroads and it would be time for me to go. So that's why this person feels a little dishonest, because they knew for a long time that they were going to be leaving something behind. They knew for a very long time what choice they'd be making. Maybe what was this situation? Let's see. I almost don't want to ask that, but I've done it now. So what is this situation? What was this situation? I think it's the wrong deck. I think because this feels complicated. So let's go with a complication deck. Did I? No, I thought one popped and it didn't. Ooh. 2 of Swords. Again, the situation was one that has taken a long time with the metronome. The situation is one where they left somebody sitting waiting. They thought that the universe needed to step in and somehow help guide this, but it took a really long time. It's always been about, do I go out to sea or do I stay on land? So it might have been a situation about, do I basically stay where it's safe? Or do I go out to sea? I feel like they watched something from a distance as well. There's something I'm missing. I don't know what it is. I just know that there's something I'm missing. Let's see if another card will help. Because she is attached to this snail, this cosmic snail. She's actually attached to it. There's this one little nail here, and she holds a string, and she's made out of like violin. So I wonder if somebody feels like they played somebody like a violin, kept somebody strung along. Oh, I don't like this at all. I do not like this at all. If they knew all along that something was going to take a long time and they left somebody sitting there wondering and they kept watching this person, I don't like it. I don't like it. That's why I'm hoping that I've missed something. I'm hoping that that's not what the story is, because I don't like it. I get very into my stories. Queen of Swords. I don't like it any better. Somebody who wanted the truth, and they gave them versions of the truth and confused things. They gave them echoes and echoes and echoes of things. Anytime I see a person holding something that's their face with then them again with their back, all I see is like they played this person multiple different directions. They made this person wait. They kept this person. I feel like somebody got played like a violin and they knew it. They knew it all along. So this fox knew from the very beginning that they were going to take time to be able to do something. They knew it, but they didn't tell somebody else that. Somebody who wanted the truth, and they gave versions of the truth, possibly 3 different versions, to get someone who is very truthful confused. Why? Eight of Cups in the reverse, because they really intended on coming back. They've always had a plan where when the time was right for them, they would come back. They wanted to keep somebody stuck so that they could have an open door to come back. So they never told the full truth, or they told versions of the truth. They confused things. They played somebody. They left somebody sitting there while they were out to sea for as long as that was going to take. What was it that was taking so long, though? I don't understand. What was it that they... Ooh, hold on. We got an exploding deck here. I'm not taking anything because too many fell. What was the situation that this fox was in then? I am not a fan of this reading. I know, I've said that. But in case anyone didn't know, I really meant it. I really mean it. You guys, these are just stories, right? And I try to always keep my stuff lighter because I think things should be lighter. Emperor, Four of Swords in the reverse, Page of Cups upright. Okay, so I'm going to soften my irritation a little, okay? This person knew that they had to finish healing some part of themselves, and they wanted to be able to still come in and have a conversation later. They might have been asking the universe for forgiveness first. They might have been asking for some guidance from a higher power. They might have, I mean, this is still an emperor, but this emperor is messy. And I say that because he's standing, halfway in the water, but his crown is kind of like all like frosting. It's all curly cued and messy. I just feel like, okay, sorry. But this emperor seems to have been, the way I see this, with the crown being a mess and everything, the emperor in half underwater, they had a bunch of stuff. Their head was kind of a mess. They were a little bit still half submerged in other things in their life that they really needed to heal from. They were buying themselves time. It's as simple as that. Somebody was buying themselves time so they could come back later, but they did string somebody along, and that's where the fox energy is, because they knew all along that it would be a while before they could actually be free. They knew this, but they were hoping to buy themselves time. So now maybe this is making sense why it's like, do they send roses or tulips to say sorry, or do they actually show up? Let's see. I mean, to me, obviously, you show up when you've made a mess like this. Let's see. Tell me about the tulips. Tell me about the tulips. I think that this person thought all along they'd be able to apologize later. But that's my issue, is that they knew that they weren't ready for something. But they did. They told only versions of any kind of truth to a very truthful person. Yeah, Ace of Swords in the reverse. Sending flowers is not going to cut it. They're confused about what will work, but I think that they're starting to understand. In fact, sending flowers could be even more confusing if someone is not given the story of what the truth is, and then they approach with flowers like it's a romantic offer, but there's not been real clarity. That could just be like, whoa, is this person crazy? Like, what are they doing? Five of Swords. They don't know how to break the ice to try to get defenses down so they can talk to the person they want to talk to. This fox they're thinking about, do I send a bouquet? Do I say something romantic? But let's not forget the very next card is the whip crack of clarity. Tell me about that. Oh man, because this could be the clap back. This could be the reaction. No, I think that this person thinks better of it. I think that this person, they're not sure of what to do, but they're imagining, if I send flowers, what if somebody just throws the flowers away? What if the flowers aren't accepted? Heck, maybe they already did send flowers and the flowers weren't accepted. Total rejection. Like, you don't send me flowers. You speak, you use words, you explain yourself. Like, that's what I feel like this boils down to. And it seems like that's That's what that whip crack is, where it says, no, you come in completely solid. You don't come in like a single person who's trying to woo me. You come in with a completely all cards on the table, solid offer. You say you're solid now. Show me what a solid person looks like. Show me what it appears. If you're now solid, if you're no longer at this crossroads that we've seen over and over and over again, right? 3 times we've seen the either 2 of swords or the 2 of wands. Somebody was always pulled in different directions, always still needed to heal, always still wasted somebody else's time for themselves to preserve an open door so they could come back in once they were healed, but they didn't admit that part in this story. So now to send flowers in this case only created more blockage. So the truth of it is, the truth that somebody is getting, because this is that whip crack, this is the sharp, like, snap out of it. How do you prove to somebody that you're different than you were? You prove it by showing up. You don't come in like you're still single and abundant and want to romance. You come in like a king. You come in with a solid, grounded, stable, not running from anything kind of attitude, speaking, opening up, saying every word that needs to be said, laying everything on the line. That's what this is looking like has to happen. Let's see here. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, they need to show up physically to try to. And I think this is someone's clarity now. The difficulty seems to really be over. They really seem to be better. They seem to be healed. Maybe this person was healing something that was like, or working with a counselor or a therapist or going through something that was all about them, whatever it was. There's no third party stuff. There's none of that stuff. This is like somebody who wasn't ready. They showed up as an emperor twice, though. This is a solid person who was not in a solid frame of mind at one point. And anybody can go through traumas. Anybody can go through stuff like that, right? But at this point, the one thing I don't like is that we have the fox here that says this person knew where they were at, but they didn't want to maybe explain all of that, but they didn't want to lose somebody that they thought was great. So their way of not losing that great person was to string that person along. That's the part that's not right. And that's the thing that is now like, how do I make this right? Do I send flowers? Oh, doesn't look like that's going to yield the right result. The clarity here is I have to come in and I have to show up, because that's the only way to take away the abandonment, is to physically show up, not to send flowers. Flowers don't fix it. Showing up and showing what the difference is in character is what changes it. So now we have that star card. Let's see. What do we have with the star? I feel like it's this deck. Okay. Star card. Tell me about the star. And this is, like I said, this is more about the inner compass. Fool in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles upright. Somebody who, it's interesting to see the Fool in the reverse. This isn't a leap of faith. This is what somebody wants. It's not a wild, like, well, let's just see what happens. This is actually, the inner voice is guiding them the same direction maybe they've always been guided. This is somebody who sees this queen maybe as their star. This is somebody who wants to come in and be the equal counterpart. Now, I don't read for genders. This could be masculines, feminines, or any blend or swap thereof. But it's interesting to say, if somebody is seeing, like, the truth of it is, the direction that I want to go, the direction I've always wanted to go, is toward this person. It's not a wild speculation. It's not a maybe I'll just throw my hat this direction and see what it lands on. It's like, no, this person shows up. They're not showing up because they whimsically decided to do it. They're showing up because it's something in the heart, something in the soul said, where are you going in life? What is your intention? What is it that you want? And I think that it's like somebody gets to the point of, hearing their inner voice answer, because this is the North Star. This is basically what I'll say the North Star inside of us, I would poetically say, is our soul. What does our soul want? Somebody is getting in touch with their soul. Somebody is discovering, like, that would be weak sauce to send flowers to somebody that maybe I haven't been there for, and that I intentionally didn't tell them that it was going to take a long time before I could show up for them. And now I want to, but I'm going to first send flowers and try to romance them, or make it look like, hey, let's just kind of see where this goes. No, the truth is, I don't want to see where this goes. The truth is, I don't want to pretend like I'm not really sure, and let's just do this slow. The truth is, this is the person who's the bright spot in my mind. This is what I've been trying to get back to all along. So why don't I just come clean about it? Why don't I just say the truth is this? The truth is, this is what I've wanted all along. This is what I've set my course for. Why don't I just come clean about it? So as much as I was very displeased with this story, I like the fact that we're getting real here at the end. I think, especially if somebody wasted somebody's time or held them like emotionally hostage because they were left sitting there not knowing what was going on, I think that person needs to be handled with tremendous respect and tremendous care if there's a snowball's chance in winning this person back over. And the thing is, there's more than a snowball's chance, because we got all this passion here, this Ace of Wands. It's more like if somebody can just come clean about what they had to heal, what they had to work on, and even about the shady aspect, because it is downright shady, I think, to the fox says it. So it's not just my opinion, it's the fox. The fox says that is downright shady to know that you can't be there for someone, but you want them, but you don't tell them it's going to be X amount of time before I am going to feel healed. I mean, there's no shame in needing to work on oneself. There's no shame in that at all. If anything, that's so much to be respected. If somebody knows, like, I've got stuff that I'm trying to get right. I mean, this could be maybe somebody was dealing with mental illness. Maybe they were dealing with something that they didn't know exactly how to explain, though. So maybe that was the best they could do. I mean, we all just have the tools that we have to work with in the bracket that we're currently in. So this person might have done the best that they could do, even them not being able to explain this, even them, quote unquote, like wasting this person's time, leaving them sitting here wondering what's going on, not telling somebody, and even knowing that wasn't right, but they may not have had the ability to explain why it was going to take time. Sometimes people we make mistakes sometimes because we are lazy, but sometimes because we don't know a better way. Sometimes we just flat out pick wrong. That wasn't maybe the right choice, but we didn't know what else to do in that time. And that's the grace that maybe human beings give each other. If there is like a genuine, like, I never intended to hurt another person, then it's very easy to give grace. It's forgiveness is easy when someone is like, I never intended to cause hurt. That was the furthest thing from my mind. In this reading, it really looks like somebody they had their own things that they had to work on, whatever they were, in this storyline. Now, again, I remind everyone, these are only stories. So everyone's real life is going to be drastically different from this. And there are certainly people that are, that are malicious out there, but this is not a story about a malicious person. This is a story about somebody who they did do something that was shady, but the reasons, I think the motive for almost anything is more important than what somebody actually does. That tells you more about why someone did what they did. And lots of great people make big mistakes in life sometimes, and not because they intended to do something hurtful to another. So in this story, I would say, through all my irritation, it's made sense and I'm calm now. No, you guys, I always try to stay hearted. I laugh more and try to keep things fluffier, because I don't think that we're here to be miserable. I think we're here to have a good time. And if there's anything out of my stories, I hope that it's always that we're looking for the why. We're looking for the that's how I try to read a story anyway. It's like, but why? Why would this happen? Just because I learned something. Actually, I get a new perspective on things myself, and I'm the one who doesn't know what's coming next, who's got to piece it together. So anyway, I love being here. I love hanging out with you guys. Thank you for all of your good vibes. Thank you so much for, if you enjoyed this, please do like the video. Please do subscribe. Those things help my channel grow. And I know I forget to say that often enough, but I truly do mean it. Thank you guys. Mwah, mwah. Have a beautiful day. Bye.